nice game, but before that, let's introduce our contenders. So coming up on the screen right now, we have the lineup of Elusive. We have Chun, Annex, Jay, I'm not gonna try, and we also have Chrysania. I'm gonna get Flame. I'm just gonna take a shot in dark. I think it's Durion.
Durian?
Durion?
Sounds like durian, you know, the fruit. Again, do apologize for that. We haven't done the phonetics yet.
Yes.
Gonna have a little bit of fun with the names for now. I mean, you can always just flame our names as well. We're okay with that. We're gonna take the collateral.
Yeah, we're here for you, guys. Chat, yeah. Go ahead, just go wild, progress, man. But this is the line of Elusive. Well, I know Christiana, you know, he's come from Team MSK from his PUBG time, so I'm looking forward to how he's gonna adapt to the Valorant and see how his team perform. I think we have Chan, Annex as well, Jay, Durion. I want to see how this team gels. I don't know too much about them other than Chrysania, so yeah, another team that we'll have to see and play by ear.
I just want to say that if you guys are friends of any of these players, both Durion and Chrysania have blue and green screens, so have fun, get the screenshot in, and do whatever you want with it.
Yeah,
I'm
like
the same.
There's so much that you can do with Chrysania because it's, you know, he's on the green screen. He's got like 3/4 of his body there, so you can just go wild, go ham, and you know, just link us to your best works. But yeah, just having a little bit of fun with those shots there, you know, all in good fun. But more importantly, we'll have to see how they do in games. A little bit pity we don't really have shots of Illusion and their players, so we're just gonna have to roll with the names.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to dictate it later. Now, actually, what map are we going to be playing?
We're playing on Split, so finally something different. Oh yes, but on a more serious note, Split is one of those maps where if you start on the defending end, I can't stress this. Okay, it's not only competitive player, okay? In your ranked games, and if you're watching you run to me, I'm gonna flame you for. Okay, I'm not gonna flame you obviously because, you know, right, and with the guidelines. But please, if we're on the defending end, we cannot afford to give more than 5 rounds to the attacking side because it's such a defender map. It's, you know, it's an operator's heaven for the defenders end as well. So it's just one of those maps where if you lose too many rounds on the defending end, you're in so much trouble when you switch sides.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Aside from, you know, to kind of give more information about that, the reason why you want to always have that never give the attacker more than 5 rounds is that the thing is, when you're going to be on the attacking side yourself, if you try to push on A, it's always going to have to be A because the rotation going into B is such a long way, and it's also very risky. Like if you're going to be pushing on A main, right, and you want to go B through A ramps to ropes to B heaven, there's so many angles that you have to peek out, and these are very advantageous angles for the defender side. That's why if you're gonna go for B and really put a lot of your utilities there, unless you're sure that nobody's going to be defending A, you will not rotate and just try to take B and vice versa. So it really is kind of like a 100 or nothing type of game where you're going to be playing Split, because if you try to kind of what's the word I'm looking for here, back out at the very last second and try to rotate, you might not have enough time, you might not have enough utilities to take in the other side. So we'll see if these teams are going to be doing this, or I don't know what strategies they're going to employ, but that's one of the things that I've seen and experienced when playing in Split.
Yeah, definitely. And not only that, like I think it's just one of those maps where it doesn't give too much freedom to attackers to try to experiment with you know, going about different ways, because it's such a tiny, it's a tight map per se. Yes, it is a huge map if you know, consider the width and all that, but in terms of your means of going to entry, mid control is gonna be your only way to have that freedom of choice between going A and B. Other than that, you know, you think about A, you've only got A main. You can try going onto ramps, but there's always going to be someone that's going to be at ramps. They can also call for backup coming in from mid, and then over to the B side, same thing as well. There's always going to be someone holding onto B heavens, and your only, you know, easy way in is garage, which you know, if you consider the other maps, it's not exactly the easiest way to go. And we're definitely gonna have a Cypher in there. We have seen a lot of Cyphers transit from holding B to A because it's getting more and more predictable as to where the Cypher traps are. But you know, that just means that people were starting to adapt to the game. We're starting to see a lot of metas come up, and then we also starting to see a lot of people try to go against those metas by you know, slow pushing against the Cypher, whereas in the past you're just going for the rush.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, we'll just have to kind of see again what agents they're going to be utilizing here, because we saw HyperX not even use a lot of duelists. They only had Brandon on the on the Jet, but everything else is all about that control. And maybe once these teams figure out if they're going to be on the defending side, we might see a lot more control type of agents being used. So again, just looking forward to how these participants are going to be utilizing their picks. For now, we can't really see the agents. We're just going to see the awesome rifts that have been appearing in the world of Valorant in front of us.
Okay, you know what really ticks me off about this holding screen is that, you know, if you're in the loading screen of Valorant, you know, in the homepage, if you look at the bottom right of the screen, there are actually, you know, floating debris that's over there at the bottom right, and I always mistake that for like a speck of dirt on my screen. I don't know what's about that speck, but it's that same speck that always like ticks me off. I always think that it's the dust, so I end up like scratching it and realize, oh, it's the holding screen, and you know, I just feel really stupid there. I mean, it's just,
you know, you put like a little bit of spit on your hand, and you like, you know,
yeah, it's not even the spit itself. It's just, you know, trying to like scratch it off, and then you realize, oh, okay, it's the wallpaper. And it took me a while to kind of figure that out. So obviously not the smartest when it comes down to spotting out the wallpapers. But this just goes to show that how realistic the or not realistic, but you know, how awesome the graphics are. And you know, if you're looking for better graphics as well as dynamic accuracy, well, a little bit of a plugin for BenQ's Zowie monitor. It is the official monitor of Versus Master Summer Series, and you can always check out their screens where they feature a silky smooth 240 Hz refresh rate with the dynamic accuracy that I was talking about.
Yeah, and might I just add, like, if you have the hardware to back up a 240 Hz monitor, and you can play Valorant on high, please do. Valorant just looks amazing on high settings.
Oh, yeah.
Low and high are worlds apart in terms of detail. It just looks fantastic on that particular graphic settings.
Yeah, but especially for Viper, which we haven't seen yet. You spoke about Viper getting a slight buff with the ultimate, and you know, the fact that they kind of increased the amount of duration. I think that was quite a while back. But whatever the case, I don't think we will see a Viper, although, you know, we are hoping for one on our hands. Let's just jump straight into our first game featuring these two teams, Elusive and Illusion. And we're gonna see Elusive start on the attacking end, I believe, and Illusion play on the defending.
Yeah, this is basically a mirror of what we saw from HyperX and EXR. Like, this is the exact same, almost exact same composition. We have ourselves an Omen and Brimstone, so this is a double controller comp for both of these teams. So a lot of play through the smokes. Lots of slows will be put down onto the A site immediately. Durion getting Kage out of commission already, and A site locked and loaded for Elusive here, as Illusion got to go and try to play this on the post plant.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very tough retake, to be honest. You know, they've got every single angle covered. Nix is gonna get chips onto Heaven. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough retake, whatever the case. Left with the bridge, gonna get taken out by Nix. A triple kill for the Brimstone player.
What's really difficult to fight against if you're gonna be up against a attacking double smoker comp is that they can simultaneously smoke both Heaven and Ramp. I mean, you can do that as only the Brimstone, right? But after that, the post plant, the Omen can put out more smokes to block vision on the defenders so that they can't really see afterwards, and they have to play super reaction fast to how when they try to go for the retakes, right? And it's very risky to do that because obviously you have to check every corner and you also have to respect that they're going to be right in behind the smokes, through the smokes and whatever. And it's going to go for another quick A take. It's the save round for Illusion here, so not much we're going to be seeing. Good headshot there though from Mateus, but Shan did have the Spectre, has the superior firepower at that point, and this is going to be exit frags for Illusion if they can even do that. Hopefully.
Yeah, Kansas just gonna hold on to Rams like you said. They're gonna be in Heavens. They managed to get a Q there. I think the retake is gonna be a little bit tougher this time round. The Sage Hugh is still on cooldown. Cypher holding on to tight ropes and oh, he might be able to get it. Yes, the backstep comes right through. Upgrade onto a Ghost. But I think he's a little bit short on time for the retake. Chip's not even able to take the exit frag against the Cypher on the Spectre. And it's going to be a 2-0 for Elusive. So both rounds going in the favor of the attacking end. Well, it is the pistol round that gave them the advantage there. And this is where we start to see things start to settle down because this is an important round for Illusion. If they lose this round, it's going to break so much of the economy. Not only that, like I said, on the defending end, 4 to 5 rounds is... I would say 4 is the magic number on split for the defending end because you don't... Or rather the attacking end because you don't want to give too many rounds, like I said. And if Illusion don't win this round, it's going to be super tough for them when they swap sides.
So we are going to be seeing Illusion block out the vision of the stage here, but yeah, Elusive did push out. They did kind of run through mid there, so that did prompt the wall. They broke it immediately, and like I said, this is going to be the game of smokes. There's so many utilities used, and they can even refresh because these Omens, of course, have both their shadow balls. I just call it shadow balls on like quick cooldowns, 30 seconds. You're going to have it up once again. And what this would mean is that Elusive and Illusion will play burst gameplay here, wherein after the smoke comes out, it's either they push out as a team, as a unit, and just like this, they're going to try to overwhelm. Oh, beautiful defense on this man. Gets a triple straight down. He's looking for it. The one-way smoke on the B garage, and that really hurt the attackers. Look at that beautiful 4K for HyperX.
Yeah, they try to go for a little bit of an innovative play right there on Elusive's end, you know, using the jet to dash right through the traps to break it. But, well, Chips was more than ready, immediately activated his Cypher cage, isolated the jet from the rest of the team, took her out, and instantly just, you know, went through with just spraying right through the smoke. The one-way just working perfectly for Illusion. But, yeah, the thing about Jet is that after the dash, there is a slight 0.5 to 1 second delay as to when you pull your weapon out. So they just gave Chip more than enough time to just take her down.
What's the play here? Illusion should be on a kind of weird buy, half buy, to say the least. There's going to be a lot of fight in the middle area. Kenser will be able to get the kill. Getting a little bit of a pixelation here on my end, so I'm going to have to leave it to you for a little bit because I cannot understand what's happening in front of me.
No worries, because we just saw the first frag coming in from Illusion, drawing first blood down onto mid, and immediately just going to pull up the Sage wall. Just to delay the push coming from Elusive. They are on an eco, a little bit, a couple of Sherries here and there. I think Nyx is trying to get a hit shot onto Heaven. The wall is going to go down. Omen. He's going to use his Ghost Step onto ropes. And so they managed to retrieve the spike, but I don't know. Like you said, what's the play here? Because they kind of half committed into A. They got pushed back by the Molly, and then they went into mid, got shut down, and now they're all over the map. So I think the play here is just try to get a plant. But the thing is, both Cypher's traps are up. They've got the cages as well. Nyx is trying to make a half entry onto Heaven.
Kenser was able to push through on a ramp. This could be big. He actually, sorry, that's Crisania on Mateus, and then they burst outside on the beam. They did actually loot the spike there for a moment. But now Crisania does have a Phantom. 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the clock. He's not going to be able to clutch this out. It could have been really good, though, for an A take. But there was no time to rotate back, so it was either do or die for Elusive at that point.
Here.
That's gonna at least give Illusion another round to their pockets.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of I wouldn't say miscom, but the way that Elusive are running about trying to go into the site after those 2 rounds hasn't been really too coordinated. They've been trying to do split push, coming right through from mid and A, and you know, if you want to go to A, that obviously does work, but that's only if you get mid control. And if you don't have an operator on split, like I said, the operators haven't, then you're gonna have a little bit of issue when you're trying to push against B heavens as well as rope rooms.
And we haven't really seen any pushes on rope. But to be fair, though, Kenser has been a very good defender on the mid area. I mean, just that, not even just the Sage abilities, but his understanding of when to peek out, as well as you know, just his first hit accuracy to win the aim duel straight up. That's sometimes it's all about, you know, the first aim accuracy. A couple of utilities used on a main here. Jurion will not be walking through the fire and flames. But once that dissipates, he might just burst out through. He just missed! But JH gets the refrag immediately, and that will prompt the rotation from the defenders. Lots of smokes, screen smoke, as well as maybe on Heaven.
Oh.
There is a defender on the A site. They're still waiting to burst out, and here we go. Let's see if they can do this. But it's kind of the great shot with the operator, though. It's good trade after trade after trade, leaving it in 2 versus 1. It's Illusion in a really tight spot on the Raptors, and on site is where both members of Elusive will be. See how that kind of goes out for them.
Yeah, Cypher should have his cyber cap. No, he left it in B, so he's not gonna have any intel whatsoever as to where they are. Good shot coming up for Chips to get the pick, but Christiana with the operator gets a refrag. So well played by Elusive. I was kind of doubtful of their play because they did a slow push after getting the frag onto Rams. I would have preferred if they did a little bit quicker, just to say. But yeah, I mean, well played on their end to just get those entry frags and whatnot. But Illusion though, the Sage kind of rotated quickly from B. I like that. But getting taken out that early after entering the site, I mean, she just basically pushed through the smoke without intel, and that's just one thing that didn't really sit well with me, because if she did a slow push, waited for the smoke to go off, she might have been, you know, a little bit more useful in the retake.
Sometimes that's all you can do. Revealing area did get that was a super aggressive peek on mid. We didn't see the POV there, but he was he did have a duel with him, which was Kenser. And with that, they get themselves a pretty easy kill. No revive for Krasania to get his teammate back up. So this is going to leave them in the 4 versus 5 Illusion. This is what I like about defenders that are very aggressive. If you hit your shot, even though it's very risky, it also impacts how the opponent will try to deal with you now that you're in a 4v5. Because obviously with the man down, they can't really get more map control. Krasania, though, does get the orb on B main. So this will allow him to revive Durion. So that's actually still pretty good. But with 50 seconds left onto the clock, they got to make a decision. Is it going to be B? Most of them are positioning on that particular site, so maybe. But there's still a great amount of defense here, and even the Rolling Thunder for the breach. So this is going to be hard.
Yeah, but you know, it does look like they're trying to make the... I mean, they put the Omen down onto Emin just over the garage just to try to... or rather, try to bait the B take. But they're slowly rotating to A, so it's still possible. Omen now going to go right onto CT. And that's going to give him that entry. Mitros, though, gets Dayron onto Heavens. Or rather, down to Rope Rooms. And now Christiana with the Sheriff. Misses those shots. Kage is going to shut all of them down with triple kill. And Kenza is going to sweep that up onto Nyx. Well played by Illusion there.
That was just beautiful. I mean, that defense, if Kage was the true anchor of the A side, if he missed a shot there, that would have been successful from Elusive, but he did not panic. He just played his own game, and he took them out one after the other. I think he got like a 3K, 4K there?
3K. He got 3K by
3K.
himself. So that was more than enough, though, because because if you look at that previous round, Elusive burned so much. You know, they used the Omen ultimate, they used the Sage ultimate earlier, and you know, I did feel like they could have done a lot more if they did manage to bring down Rim.
Agreed. Now, they did hear the get out of my way from the jet, so that's going to prompt Maybe some rotations here. He did not wait. He did not wait for the smoke there. Rolling Thunder gets activated as well as the big boom, the orbital strike, and that'll definitely split out the members here of Elusive. Rem does spot out one coming outside of spawn. He's waiting, but they're double jiggle peeking him. Not gonna be able to catch. He's not gonna be able to catch more, but this should stop the push onto the A site. There's members of Elusive trying to ramp up onto a ramp, but it should be Cancer to welcome them if they get and if they try to like burst out of that. Now options very limited here for Elusive in this 7th round. It's either they just save the weapons, or maybe try to work for B.
Yeah, I don't blame Elusive though, because like we both said, it's a defender's map. First half, I think the fact that they got 3 rounds in this early is pretty decent. And if they do manage to clip 1 or 2 more rounds in, they should be good in the first half. But Chips here gonna hold B Heaven by himself, doesn't make a mistake onto Chan and to Nyx. And that's gonna lift Christiana all by his own onto ramps.
They heard the heals, they heard the gunfire, so they know that Crisania, is exactly on ramps. And not enough time, just save the weapon, go back to the drawing board on what they have to do in attacking side. Even though this is what is happening to Elusive, they are doing a fantastic job at keeping it very, very close up against Elusive. So even though they're kind of missing a couple of beats per round, you gotta also we also have to put into our heads that they are on the attacking side. It's very difficult to attack, especially on split when there's so much corners to peek and such tight angles as well that multi-spray downs is a very common thing in this particular map. So Elusive are doing a good job at keeping it very close. 4-3. Illusion though starting to get some bank. We'll see how they kind of react in this particular round now.
Looks like we're gonna see Elusive try to make the power play down onto mid. Omen smoking out both sides, and Cancer just holding it so close in the middle room. And looks like Elusive, they did manage to creep their way into tight ropes. If they can't get the kill to Omen, A side is open for business.
Teus, he saw the legs already.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he didn't. He didn't react at all. Okay, then so it's gonna be a straight onto the A site. Durion actually steals the Phantom, which entails him to shut down Kage. Kage did get 1 kill though, but that was not enough as Elusive get the A site. That was so smart. Mateus, I don't know. We already saw it. He didn't see the legs of the Cypher there.
And even with the Raz, it's still going to be a 4v4. Now they were going to hold the tight corner, hit shot right onto the Sage, and no way out for Illusion here. They're just going to shut this side down. And Elusive, we spoke about this. We spoke about the dangers of giving too many rounds to attacking Anne, and they managed to creep 1 more into the back. But the round's not exactly over, but I think we pretty much know what the results are going to be. Dayron here with the 3K.
I'm not sure who the IGL of Elusive is, but he is one crafty person. But yeah, it's just smart. Like, they did a couple of pop shots on market and they went in aggressive. So what that actually entailed Elusive when they were pushing up onto top mid was that whoever peeks out, even if it's just 1 person, he's never going to get more than possibly 2 kills. And Elusive, I believe, was saving on that, maybe half buying on that round. So they were okay losing it either way, as long as they can maybe steal some weapons from Illusion. But it went up to the point where it did not work out for him. And Illusion, rather than Mateus, I don't know, he might have had like a blurry vision at some point there, but not seeing that Cypher push out of ropes really did put the nail in the coffin on that previous round. But now it's Illusion back to full form. They're aggressive and taking control on the mid side, and it's back to the drawing board with 4v5 for Elusive here.
This time around, they're trying for the B take. They did manage to get, or rather, Illusion did manage to get the shot onto Omen. Although it's not exactly the biggest loss. But Elusive, once again, going for the rotate. And this is the thing I realized about Elusive, is that whenever they lose someone in mid or on either ends of the side, they immediately just go for the rotate.
Retrieved the spike.
So I'm not sure if this is something they've practiced or this is something that they always do on split. But Yeah, it definitely does switch things up a little bit. Oh, Kage did manage to spot him out with the quick pick. Omen's gonna hold up Heavens. Viteus gets the kill on the Jane, but Kage comes up to back him, and Daeon is not even able to get the shot off the op. And yeah, very disciplined play coming from Illusion just to hold their ground, despite getting the kill into mid and not over rotating onto A.
I mean, like Kage is so methodical and controlled. Like, he peeked out at the point where he could see one of the members of Elusive, but they don't see him.
Yeah.
And that immediately prompted him to tell to his Omen, peek out with me, go outside the Raptors, and if they try to push out, we'll have a crossfire. And if they try to be more aggressive, they're still going to be baking or frying in my molly. There's going to be Elusive, switching out the gears here, just going aggressive. Really big paranoia there coming in from Mateus, but it's not enough. Kage's going to be here on the side. He's going to look for a second, to target down, to mow down with his spray. But Chan does deny him. And this is going to be a 4 versus 3 with Illusion kind of getting slapped a little bit there.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to try to get the retake here. What a flip away from
That blinding light was just at the right moment. And Christiana trying to make a solo play. Kenza coming in from A main, just gonna reveal himself, but I think Illusion pretty much know the round's over. They're just trying to get whatever frags that they can. Christiana doesn't make a mistake though. Jet coming in with the dash. Oh, good shot by Ram right through the smokes. But Chan is gonna do the long rotate through into Heavens, and I gotta say, Elusive, they are just insane. Like you said, you're praising the shot caller of Elusive, and not only that, I think the thing about Split is that once you go into the site, it's just so tough for the defending end to retake, because you already got 2 members down, right? Because minimally 2 members are gonna hold A, 2 members are gonna hold B, whatever the rotation is. And the fact that it's a defender's map means it's also a map that's super hard to retake. Because, as every map, as the logic kind of follows, high risk, high reward, and the harder it is to go into the site, the harder it is to retake as well.
It's true. Quick wall here on mid. No counter boost because Chrysania is playing on the opposite end of B main. They're trying to see if Kenser will try to hop over the ice wall here, and there's like 3 people locked into his positioning, but Kenser, he sniffed something was a little bit aloof. And he's going to back away and go to B Heaven. Durion can go for an updraft over the wall, but that's very risky. Because if he does do that, he's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerable, as he is, hovering over the air. For the moment, they're just going to wait on mid and see if somebody's going to try to peek them out. And the refrag should be there for Elusive. But now, they are edging to go for B. The big paranoia. Durion comes out, but that was so slick. Kenster, perfect, beautiful timing with the use on that slow orb, and Chips to find JH and Chrysania all exposed outside of the garage. And now we see that orbital strike, leaving it all down to Chan by his lonesome. He does have an ultimate, so maybe he can use it. Nobody's on A here, but he just uses this Shrouded Step to get out of harm's way. Now leaves him into a 1 versus 5. I don't think he can do this. So he's just going to maybe try to be a bit more passive on mid Cubby and just, wait it out.
I mean, he could try to use his ultimate to get a sneaky plant to A, but Elusive kind of know that might just happen, so they immediately rotate into A while Cypher is holding B on his own. And yeah, like you said, I think he's just going to save the Phantom. But that was kind of I know it's a rough wood to use, but it's a very ugly strike coming from Elusive. They tried to use the Jet to dash right through the slow up, and it didn't work out. The rest of the members were isolated away with the smoke, and then they tried to send 2 members through B to break through the Cypher's trap. So not exactly the best round for them, but I don't know. It's so uncharacteristic of them to try to do something like that. That just felt like desperation to just break into Heavens.
Although I think it could have been different if they maybe have used Durion to be the one to push through B main.
Yeah.
You know how
They could just
the
dash through that, right? Dash through the traps like you said.
Exactly. Not sure what they wanted there, but aside from that, you got to give tons of credit to Elusive's defense. Both Sentinels on B, Kenser with the beautiful timing on that slow orb, which really just stopped Durion's mobility. Like after the tailwind, he was like stuck pasted onto B Heaven, and Durian was like, or Cancer was like, yeah, I'm just gonna peek out and easy kill you. Krisanya does have to use his revive earlier on because Nyx peeked out very aggressively and was caught, with his pants down on A main. But this does leave Elusive to the point where they don't have much map control at the moment. Information is very scarce as of this time, but they do have some hour or seconds to work with. 50 seconds left onto the clock. Plenty of time to figure out what they have to do.
And as things stand, Elusive will go into the second half very healthy despite the results coming in. And Chips is going to get the first kill into Darion, but Chan, the return frag down into mid. And that is the stage down now. Chips still trying to hold the area by himself. He managed to rotate around the pillar, but Elusive, they're just making life hell for Illusion. And now they're going to smoke out Heaven. They've got the perfect defense available to them. And Omen and Cypher as well as... But individual play come from Mateus to get the quick pick onto Chan. However, Cristiano with the operator. And it's a 1v2. Mateus tries to sneak his way into smoke. Gets the kill. No, he doesn't even do it. Cristiano with the quick op shot. And it is a 6-6. Elusive. This is as good as it can get on the attacking end. Well, it can get better, but they did their best. And 6 rounds is more than enough to go into the second half of the game.
That was fantastic from Elusive. So they used Chan's ultimate to fake an aggressive A play, and he canceled his ultimate as well. So he stayed in mid and catch the rotation from JH as he was trying to get back onto B Heaven, which opened up, or sorry, not JH, the other Cypher from Illusion side, and that opened up B Heaven for them, which allowed Elusive to just focus on the stragglers left on the area, which was, I believe, Chips, and it just allowed Elusive to get control. Aside from that, the post-plant defense from them was really, really good. I think they were exposed to the Rolling Thunder, but from some odd reason, Crisania was still able to pop a shot off. So I'm not sure if he was fully blasted by the Rolling Thunder there, but still,
yeah, I think it kind of ended there.
Overall.
I think it kind of ended because if they were affected, there's usually the circular thing around their head.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But
also
whatever,
something.
Yeah, but whatever
to,
the case, there was still a good defense on the retake. Oh! Sit down, says Ram. Complete shutdown with the headshot onto the Omen. We were not prepared for that.
1.04 classic nerf? I don't even feel you. I don't even feel you, nerf. Oh my gosh. No, Durian does get the quick punish there to Rem though, but still, we gotta give it, that was a sick shot. Now they are gonna be pushing onto the B side. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nah, it's fine. I was just about to say Kage's just doing this slow push, and I think they kind of threw Illusion off the beat there, but it's still a 2v3. Still highly possible for Illusion. They're gonna try to get the plant down. And yeah, Illusion. This should be a decent side hole for them. Or the two members of Illusion are really low. Chips does get the headshot off. It's gonna be down to the Jet, who only has 48 HP. Does have the ghost, but it's gonna take so much out of him to win this round. And Chips says, no, we're just gonna shut you down just like that.
Yeah, that was just a really good round for Illusion there. Man, that was just very sick from Rem, just hitting that shot. And I think that really bamboozled the rest of the members of Elusive. Didn't know what to do after that. Just a quick and clean push onto the B side. Granted, though, was very good from Nyx and Durian to try to get a clutch there, but Durian did not find anybody that was going to aggressively peek him. So he had to play, what was it? Where's that tricky rabbit? You know, going to look through the rabbit holes, but no rabbits peeked out, and he got shut down in that 3 versus 1.
Illusion just trying to make slow work of their pushes. It didn't manage to work in the first round, but you know, like I said, it's the pistol round, so they do have a couple of Spectres onto their lineup. Don't think it's a full buy, so yeah, some of them just holding on to the ghost that they got from that previous pistol round, but they around here just gonna rotate around the rope rooms. Kage with the Spectra. alongside the Omen. And yeah, Illusion, they managed to bait out the rotate coming from Elusive, and it's gonna be a complete juke. No one's in B. It's gonna be a free spike plant, and the fact that it's Spectral versus Ghost, or rather Classics, I think Illusion's got this in the bag.
Yeah, for sure. Sean's gonna go for a sneaky, play around, but
He's got
Illusion is
Shotty.
smart
There's no way he's gonna win a Bulldog from that range.
Yeah. Illusion's just smart enough to, have somebody guard the lurk.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is, Elusive, I think, was just playing for the 50-50 risk that since they are just saving, might as well just, full stack a site. And if they find some opponents there, at least they can maybe take away 2 or 3 guns, which would be impactful coming into the next round. But Elusive made the mistake, of course, going for one of these 2 sites on that, prediction alone is kind of a sort of gamble. So now it's just all about the exit frags, but they know where these 2 members of Elusive are. If JH can get at least 1 head, maybe look for a second. This is the secondary flick there, but at least they got 1. It's gonna at least give Illusion 2 rounds above Elusive.
Yeah, he kind of missed the second shot there, but like you said, at least they got 1, and Illusion just gonna settle for the round. Now we're gonna see the weapons come up on the Elusive. It's gonna be a glass cannon Chrysania. He had 4.5k a Zac, and obviously he's got to get the Warren. He's got to buy slow ops, so he's just gonna run a naked Sage, or rather, that sounds so wrong, but yeah, he's gonna run Sage on the operator with no armor there.
Glass cannon.
Yeah, glass cannon. I said glass cannon. No, I was thinking like without armor, but just the wrong terms coming up there. But Elusive just trying to force the operator onto the Sage. Could work out really well here, but once again, Illusion is just one of those teams that like to play slow and attacking end, and they're doing it for the 3rd round here, and looks like we're gonna go for a B push, so complete opposite difference as compared to how Elusive did in the 1st round. They're gonna go right through, the blinding light comes in, and JH gonna be the first one to get the frag in. Cristiano holding the angle with the operator, works right onto the Brimstone. The Molly is just gonna push the rest of Elusive out, or the Illusion out, and back into the garage. Spike in an untrivable position. And they're even gonna drop that Brimstone smoke, so pretty much gonna save the Vandal.
What's kind of difficult here for Elusive is they're really trying to play around, or playing through the ability. Okay, what is Durion doing? I'm not sure. Anyways, so what I'm telling here, or saying, before that weird interaction where the Jet was just in front of the crosshair, was that Illusion here, or Elusive, is playing through the abilities rather than trying to bait them out. They still had some time to rotate back onto mid and maybe go B heaven or even ropes to A, but they played around it. They played around the slow of Chrysania. They played around the Cypher cage of JH, and they were just basically walking in blind, going in raw. And sometimes you don't want to do those 2 things, and they got slapped hard.
Yeah, they got punished.
Really hard.
I felt like it wasn't exactly a gamble, but that was pretty much a good round for Illusion to just gauge how Elusive plays around the Cypher traps, because for some Cyphers, the moment you step on the trip wire, then the Cypher just comes up to get the frag. But now Illusion knows, they're just gonna put the operator there, just gonna wait, and even if the trap wire is destroyed, they're just gonna hold the angle, wait for them up through smoke. So now Illusion knows.
Another cheeky push here onto the smoke. Does somebody have the mark on mid? Wow, there's like 3 orbs here. And Rem, he's not a Jet, he's not an Omen, but he snuck up through ropes. But there's somebody looking right in front of him. He's gonna hug the left. Maybe he's out. Whoa! What a headshot! He was even going up top the ropes there. Beautiful entry fragging from Rem, and that will alert the members of Illusion to just go straight up. Nyx, though, is sneaking his way here onto, I believe this is Long Cubby. We don't know that he snuck his way through, but he has to peek out these corners, and he did not see under rafters, and he got shut down by Mateus, and that means that he cannot do much. That could have been a really big play from him, but no.
Yeah, Illusion just... That entry frag was so important, and the moment Ram did manage to get the frag onto the tight ropes, that was pretty much the entry that they needed to just go into the A side, because there's only going to be 1% in A. You know, they know that someone's got to hold B heaven, Cypher's definitely going to be B. And yeah, you can see the moment they got the frag in, they regrouped, get ready for the push, make it quick, you know, try to make it tough for Elusive to rotate around CT.
This is why you have to give a lot of credit to, you know, Illusion here. Just playing very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive.
Yeah,
you know,
I think both teams have played very aggressively on the attacking ends of Split. And this is something that we don't really see from a lot of teams that play on Split, is that they try to play passive, you know, they try to get those... They're counting a lot on the marksmanship to try to get the entry frag. Whereas for Illusion and Elusive, they're playing around the abilities, like you said. You know, whether it's on B side, whether it's through the open smokes, they don't care. They're just trying to get the entry frags, and they have been able to do so through all these aggressive pushes where, you know, the opponents get caught off guard. Like, who's gonna expect that, right? Who's gonna expect a slow push onto rope room and then, you know, immediately get a pop? I mean, that was a good individual play, but nevertheless, still the play that Illusion needed.
Agreed, and all to the credit of, you know, both of these teams not being afraid to take the risks so that they can have an advantage. It's a gamble, but it's a gamble that's very important in these top level of competition. So
especially on the map like Split, where, you know, you don't really have too much freedom as an attacking end.
That's very true. Now, movement for Illusion is looking to go on the A site. There is a long angle on the Brimstone here from screens. I'm not sure if he has an operator or just the Phantom, but at least he'll get that information because there is no smoke. Sees the Cypher cage, but that should give them a little bit of an inkling that there is multiple members now, possibly one or two, that is going to be looking through the A main area. Chrysania does have control of Heaven here, or Raptors, and he does have his Jet as well to cover the crossfire. But with 19 seconds, they cannot rotate back. It's either push or no-go. Oh, beautiful shots coming in from Nyx here. Chrysania boosts himself up to see over the smoke, but they've already sneaked their way past. This is going to be a 2 versus 4. So the numbers advantage definitely in favor of Illusion. But Chrysania, I don't think they know that he's boosted up here. So if they peek aggressively on Elbow, he might just shut them down. And how is Illusion going to try to stop the onslaught? Because they're outnumbered, double the number. They have to hit the headshots. 1, 2, but Durion shuts him down, and that is going to be a retake and a defuse for Elusive.
Yeah, clean retake coming from Elusive there. Just to send someone to Elbow, you know, making sure that there's 2 to 3 members checking every single corner, but at the same time not too close where, you know, you can get a collateral shot in from the opponent. So yeah, like you said, didn't have a whistle there coming up from Elusive. They did manage to get 1 round back. It was a vital round because, you know, if Illusion does get that 10th round in, they could just go into, you know, go on to get stomped on. So yeah, pretty standard play throughout for Illusion. I would say they are getting the spikes in, spike plants in. I think it's more of trying to tighten up the defense against the retake. And if they can try to clean that up, they definitely can do this. Here we go. The fast play coming in onto mid. They managed to get the kill onto Chan. Paranoia not going to work too much for them. JH, both tripwire just going to get popped off there. Someone got his cyber cage. Someone's dropping down from Heaven. Kage gets the frag on. Kanza coming in from the back. Chrysania gets taken out. He does get Mateus, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
I know exactly where you are.
They're just going to use the Cypher ultimate. I don't really felt like that was necessary, but, you know, you can never play too safe, and that's going to be the 10th round in. Quick play coming up from Illusion. Good play to switch up the pace.
You will not kill my allies.
I mean, if you can get that information just to make sure that you don't lose any more of your teammates and as well as secure the round, why not, right? looking into the economy of Illusion, better yet to use the ultimate and save all these weapons as a 5-man and start racking up the economy. Aside from that, just to kind of dissect what happened in this particular round, Shan panicked.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I don't think he measured how quickly the members of Illusion were able to just burst through Mail and push him up on B Heaven, because he had two options when he retreated back on B Heaven, which is either to shrouded step back onto B stairs or pop out the Paranoia. Paranoia, I think, was the better option, but because of how close his opponents were, they just locked him down and he could not whip out his weapon to, save his life. So it was more of just how quick Illusion was on the push. I think Chan did a good job, but he just didn't anticipate that his opponents were 3 stack in front of him, or actually make that 5 stack in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, why would he? Because for the past 4 to 5 rounds, Illusion has been playing really slow, and the sudden rush down mid. I mean, they've been doing everything they've been doing in the previous rounds, and the smoke onto Heavens, the smoke onto Rope Room, and it's only just sending 4 members in. That was something that definitely caught the Omen off guard. So yeah, I don't think it was too much of his fault. I do agree with you there. It was just the change of pace coming from Illusion just paid off really quickly. But Darion here alongside with Nyx gets the double pick. And they're gonna get a kill onto Cypher. Important first frag for Lucifer. And the fact that they used the Sage ulti in the previous round means that it's gonna be a 4v5.
I love these changes of tempo from both of these teams. It's really just kind of forcing everybody. Nobody is on back B, so if Mateus can hop over and go through behind the pillar, he can actually deal some damage here, and he is not going to get affected by that breach ult. Well, it was from his teammate though, but this will allow Illusion to clear the site. That was beautifully executed with the Rolling Thunder. Chrysania does get stopped by that slow, but he does get the opposing Sage there. And this is all about net 4 versus 5. Rem has to hit the shot. He doesn't. It's looking pretty grim towards the post plant on the attackers, and Net is going to solidify it. Elusive will get themselves a 9th point, and this is far from over, Eris.
Yeah, both teams just bring it down to the wire. Every single round looks like a 50-50, right? We did mention that Split is a defender's map, but because of these two teams and their particular play styles, they're just making it look like this map is balanced, which by no means it's a balanced map. And we all know it's a defender's map, but I just like to reiterate the fact that they're playing so aggressively, they're playing around their abilities, and the fact that they're doing all these double picks early into the game. I mean, just coming back to that moment where Illusion, they had the Omen, try to get the jump in onto B side, and they had so much faith in their teams covering their backs, because if the Cypher just popped up at the right time, that could have been a double kill onto Illusion's lineup, right? Because you had the bridge that was charging up this Rolling Thunder. Omen was just getting ready to teleport, and there was just so many ways that could have gone wrong. But they did manage to get the spike plant. Not the round, but still a good entry. And like I said, the spike plant, 2.1k on the team's economy. So. No, not 2.1k, sorry, 1.5k. That's 300 gold for everyone, so... Is it gold or dollars? Dollars.
Creds.
Creds, yeah, creds.
Yeah. It's kind of awkward, right, in CSGO? You're gonna say dollars and
yeah,
like...
you're kind of stuck in limbo, it's like...
Yeah. But I appreciate that Riot decided to call it credits, or creds.
Yeah.
I got a lot of cred, guys. Give me creds. Whatever the Zoomer lingo is right now for money.
I've got 300 swags from the spike plant.
Swags.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be an ult on ropes? This is actually very powerful. It is. You expected it, but Kage
got it.
still pins down Chan. Beautiful. And here we go. The burst onto the B side. JH though spots out one. He's gonna be seeing it and hits, revealing on the I would just say it's on the balls, and yeah, that's pretty painful. All right, so it's gonna be Illusion with a solid take on the B site. They have the plant, or they have the spike there. They're gonna be able to plant in the first couple of seconds. Kusanya, if he picks up this Vandal, they're gonna hear it, so he has to either push through the smoke, swap out the Vandal, or just whatever. But waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Is there somebody gonna be flanking around their own spawn? Looks like no.
Yeah, they used up all the smokes on Illusion's end, so they're just gonna have to hold up. But they do have one more smoke, which they're gonna use in the back alley. But Christiana now has a very important decision to make. Does he jump down? Yes, he does. And now they know. But Darion coming in from B main. Just gonna get the frag onto the back alley. Christiana, the paranoia comes through, and easy round for Mateus to sweep up. Expensive round for Illusion, but you know, they are one step closer to that match point. And an 11-9. Boy, oh boy. Look at that. They're just going back and forth.
Yeah, that was close for too close for comfort. Crisania almost hit a no scope there.
Yeah.
So you still got to give it to Mateus for not panicking and use his paranoia before he pushed out.
Well,
yeah.
we're on the comparison to, you know, CSGO and Valorant. The thing about the operator in Valorant is that from 5 to 10 meters, the operator is pretty accurate with the crosshair. So even without the scope, if you can get the crosshair to someone from 5 to 10 meters, you pretty much got a shot in. Same goes for the Marshall. The Marshall is even better. It's like a mini shotgun.
Yeah, because like after you shoot scoped, the second shot as it's cooking the weapon, it's accurate. So you can actually hit the same spot twice in quick succession with the Marshall. So yeah, definitely agree with you on that one. Now though, it's gonna be elusive on a very. I would say they were able to force buy. I'm not sure if they have full util though.
They managed to get bridge onto past the mailroom.
Yeah.
So that could catch elusive off guard because they're definitely gonna be watching the right side of mid. And if, you know, Ram does pick out really quickly, he can't get a kill onto Sage.
Or if he looks a little bit more to the left and Chan gets aggressive, he's gonna spot the man from ropes. So he's just being very patient. So now he hears it, the wall. So he's gonna try to peek out here on ropes, and he peeked the wrong side.
Cage trick.
Still though, Illusion is gonna go for the quick rotate on 8. It's gonna be Durion on top of Raptors. Chip gonna try to stop 1. Yeah, but Crisania does get an ultimate, or rather a shot off. And it seems like Elusive are taking back their game here. It's gonna left into a 2v1. Mateus is gonna go for a post plant. He saw the util there, the paranoia come out to a main, but he didn't know that Crisania was pushing through rafters. And, no spike will be planted, as well as Elusive not allowing Illusion to get that match point.
I would have preferred if Chan wanted to pick out coming in from behind the billboard. He could have done it like with a bit of distance between him and the billboard, because you can see a lot more if you have that distance. Because coming off the billboard just itself, you know, you have so much to check. You know, there could be someone below Heaven itself. You know, there could be someone coming up on ramps. They could be on the Heaven platform. So yeah, just the small little, you know, optimizations in how you pick out, they do play a part. But we do see an aggressive play coming in from Dayon right now with the Phantom. And they put the wall as well, so Illusion, they're not gonna know that there is the Jet, but he's so isolated. He's got spot 2, the trigger discipline, the double kill comes in, the quick pick coming out right now, spraying right through the wall, gets the kill onto Kenzer, and he does even manage to dash right back into Heaven. No Sage to heal him, but he pretty much got that round on lock, because now it's a 4v2. You know, both members of Illusion, it's not exactly the best agents for entry. Yes, you do have an Omen in his smokes, but you know, it's not a Brimstone where you got the 3 smokes. It's not a Bridge where you got flashers.
They saw... Oh no, I don't think they saw Mateus there with the spike. So there's no big rotates coming out from Elusive here for the moment. JH, oh, Chips, what a headshot with the Guardian. There's gonna be one coming out once again, but Chips is so deadly with this one. The changes to this Guardian thing, high wall penetration, as well as just better damage in the long range compared to the Vandal. It's cheaper too, and it's incredibly powerful if you can hit your shot. Now he swaps it out, he spots out 1. He just all he needs to do. Does he see that his opponent was right behind him? He does the 180, and Chips, he clutches it for Illusion. What could have been a win for Elusive there turned into the match point for the attacking team.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on anymore. You know, the first half, you see a brilliant individual play coming from Dayon. You know, the trigger discipline to get the double kill to mid, the triple kill in fact, as he got the kill onto Kenzer behind the wall. And then, you know, Chips was like, nah, you know, what you can do in the first half of this round, I can do in the second half. You know, pops out with the Guardian, gets the first shot onto Cypher, gets another shot onto Heaven, and then a quad kill as well on that round itself. So, yeah, these two teams, they're just counting so much on individual playstyles, but the fact that it's working, it kind of just blows my mind.
Now that it's like crunch time, they're
Yeah.
not missing any beats whatsoever. And again, it's only best of one, so they really have to bring everything that they have per game. They don't have any breather matches here, or matches where they can lose and then we'll play on the next one. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Especially now that we're on loser semis, where they're not gonna go to the lower bracket. There's no losers bracket, so it really is do or die. I mean, you know what I mean, right?
Imagine
there's no more
imagine
do or
there
die.
being a losers bracket, and then we're just going all the way down and coming back
Yeah.
all the way up.
Yeah, but it only means that it's do or die for both of these teams already for our versus Masters Asia. Matei is going to do the one thing again outside of Beat Garage here. Ult economy wise, we do have Illusion with the Sage ult. You can use that to revive anybody who falls before her. And on the other side, Elusive does have the Jet as well as the Cypher. So they can use that. Jet is playing right on CT, or sorry, Defender's spawn. They're hearing it. Really well-placed molly here, but that will still allow them to go underneath rafters. They do know at least that the Brimmy Boy is right behind on the billboard. Maybe not. He's still hiding real quick there. Maybe he can get a kill, but Kenser just shuts it down. The push from Krisania, though, he almost got it, but Kenser was way too good, way too quick on readjusting, and Durian, yeah, he can't do too much. 47 HP, maybe just save it. Actually, no, they can't save anymore because this is the match point already for Illusion.
Yeah, they have to go all out.
Can they, though?
It's gonna be a
Problem
bit
here.
tough. They do need a couple of those entry frags, but look at how Illusion is just covering every single corner. 2 members onto elbow, 1 right beneath the billboard, and not only that, they're just locking every single down. And Daron's gonna have to get a ace here just to. Yeah, I think it's pretty much GG. He pretty much knows. He hears those footsteps coming from CT, and that's gonna be the shutdown. Illusion gonna take this one away, 13-10. Not exactly the most comfortable game, but nevertheless, well, they do live to see another day in the summer. Kind of forgot that. I apologize there. The Masters, yes. The tongue twister
Yeah.
that is. But yes, it is what it is, and we are going into the losers finals. But before that, let's just take a little bit of recap from what we saw. Chips obviously 23 frags on the Cypher, which is pretty impressive, because most people would try to avoid the Cypher on the B side, and the fact that Chips did manage to get this amount of kills just kind of goes to show that Elusive were just constantly pushing B.
I mean, he just defends B with a burning passion, and that also is up to the where Elusive was again pushing through all his utility and not really respecting and trying to just let him waste it. Rather than waste it, they actually just pushed through, and Chips got 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 easy frags there for himself.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the way that Illusion play, they do really well in terms of not only holding the side, but on the attacking end, they're so aggressive with the picks. We saw, I think, a couple of things that come to my mind is Ram obviously pulling off the sick shot from the tight ropes, getting that frag when he was coming up the ropes itself. And then, I think there were a couple of rounds where they could have done a little bit better, but they did manage to get the job done. And I'm just excited for the replays, because there was just every single round I remembered had a replay moment. There was just so many of these rounds that we're pretty much spoiled for choice.
So now this means that Illusion are going to be going up against SQR.
Yeah. Exquire.
Exquire.
Yeah, that's correct. I
You're
know.
right.
Okay, so far we haven't gotten anything from the chat, so we're just gonna run with Exquire until
Yeah.
someone says, "Oh no, that's not how they." But so far it's been working, so we'll stick with it. But yeah, that's gonna be another interesting map. But before that happens, let's take a look at what we have at this point in time. So there we go, brackets updated. Thank you very much, admins, for your quick work. And yeah, HyperX just sitting comfortably in the grand finals, just waiting to see who's gonna challenge the throne in the versus Masters Summer Series. For now, losers final is gonna be Exquire against Illusion.
You're just gonna see the replay of this particular best of one. We'll see all the good stuff, and immediately we see Chips with his 4K right outside of B Garage, and I think this is some of the things we've been seeing time and time again here. The non-respect to utility that hurts you. You know?
Yeah, and
Going through mollies and going through cypher cages like that.
yeah, I think it works both ways. You know, if you pull it off, this is just the perfect shot there from Ram. You know, the jump headshot, the classic. And yeah, a lot of quad and triple kills across this map. And like you said, the disrespect for utilities. You know, cases like this where when it goes off, it works perfectly. It's so beautiful to watch. But on the other hand, when it doesn't work, it just makes you look so foolish and at the same time kind of wasteful on that particular round. And here we see Chips, you know, ever so reliable to clutch it for his team, a quad kill as well. And eventually, Dayron getting taken out. But yeah, that's just... Thoughts on that?
Just one on the highlights. I'm pretty sure that Chips, one of his teammates told him that the opponent was right behind him because he was looking way too long on B Heaven, I think.
Yeah.
And then he just like looked right behind. Anyways, I mean, it was a very close game, but at the very end, Illusion just showed that they had a better understanding of their opponents, and the risk that they took really paid off when they needed it to.
Yeah, because we were kind of saying that Illusion, you know, they did really well to have 6 rounds in, and this could be a very sticky situation for Elusive going into the second half. And then, you know, we see the same exact thing happen for Elusive as it happened for Illusion. So, I don't know, it kind of shifts my perspective on the split, but I'm still going to stand by my statement. I think it's still a very defensive-sided map, and, you know, it's still Operators Heaven. It just doesn't apply to these two teams because of their playstyle, and we could say the same for the defensive end. They could have done a lot better on the defensive side.
Yeah, but it just all like goes back to how good these teams are, how good they are with their IGLs, their executions as well. I mean, granted, some of the executions were a little bit offbeat, but that was only because the defenders were really good in their communication and how they stood their ground to the attacking teams. So, you know, it's not because like, at least, you know, Split is felt like as a defender map, but how these teams played it felt very balanced to me.
And not only that, I felt like one of the things that the teams like to do, or both teams consistently, is that their omens are holding onto the rope room. And the area that they're holding, it's not exactly in the rope room itself. They're actually holding onto A Heaven. So they're expecting the push. They're willing to give up mid, but at the same time, they're just making it so much tougher to break into the sites post mid, right? Because the moment they push past mid, they're gonna expect 2 to 3 members in the respective heavens. So yeah, just completely different play styles as compared to other teams that I've seen across the regions when they play on Split, given that Split is such a rare map to be played. But we might just see things going back into the norm, because the next match that we will be seeing is Elusive up against Exquire. So yeah, that is one match that already Illusion that's going to be going up against Elusive. Both names are just so similar.
I mean,
but
if you swap out the first letters of Elusive and Illusion, it actually, you know,
it's ILLU and, you know, ELLU.
Exactly.
So
Illusion and Elusive, exactly. I don't know if that was just like, you know, some really profound coincidence, or it was
Il versus L. If you put